This poem is called Clean, okay? It's probably about me, but it might be about you. Stay with me till the end. I was a strange kid. I was slow to learn to write because I had so much to say and not enough words for it. I was like a caveman perhaps. All I could do was paint pictures on the walls because language had not been invented yet. But when I learned finally, I couldn't get enough of it. I would write all the time, on the floor and the walls, and there were times I wished I had a giant pencil so I could scribble on the ceiling just before I said au revoir to the world. I loved sleeping because in my dreams the ink would never run dry and I could have any color that I wished for and the glitter would never fade. But I had to wake up and go to school, you see. And like a slate dipped in water, my dreams would be wiped clean. But I was still happy because I had a pen in my pocket. Stay in the lines! I can still remember my English teacher screaming at me. My words were like prisoners escaping from a chain gang. They ran away from the margins and they tried to hide in the spine, and they were often not the people she was looking for because they told tales of kings and queens when there were more important matters at hand. She got angry one day and hit me on the hands. Okay. Pink turned to red as ruler met flesh with a sharp crack, but I never registered the pain. You know why? Because that day the caveman had discovered fire. I had an idea. I would write on my hands, I decided. And that day I smiled so wide, I think it gave me like a permanent mark on my left cheek. Can you guys? Okay, when I'm down there. But then it began. I would write all the time on my hands. I wrote a million tales, tales that had changed the world, tales that had ended wars, tales that I put in a little folder in my mind. Tales that I was proud of because no matter how fractured and broken they were my children, and these things are inherited, aren't they? But I had tighter lines to stick to because I was growing up. Slowly I started waking up from this dream I had lived, yawning and stretching and rubbing sleep from my eyes and thinking that 5 more minutes would have made a difference. The kings and queens all passed away, leaving dusty portraits that I hung in a room in the back of my mind, the same room where I used to keep that folder. Slowly it all started making sense to me. It wasn't so bad though. I was doing well. I was kind of a prince myself. I was working my way up to being king. I had a fine castle, beachfront property, and I had a really nice chariot too. 5 liters of pure V8 power. I guess I grew up. It made sense to me. There are no pencils large enough to reach the ceiling. Glitter does fade away in a while and there are only so many colors in the world. Makes as much sense as the fairies and dragons once did. I guess it's okay. I'm fine. There isn't much that worries me. I'm wearing really nice clothes. I have a nice watch. I have a nice phone, all that. There's just one thing that worries me though. There's just one thing that makes me sleep half an hour later than I should every night. My hands are always clean now. Thank you.